Hi, welcome back to the studio of Art by Wendy. Today, we're going to look at making collage fodder. Helps build skills in composition, color values, and more. So come on, let's go have some fun and learn some of those new things.
First of all, I must admit I love all the leaves that are falling right now and had to do something with them. What better thing than collage fodder? It's good for mixed media artists, but it's also great activity for someone like myself. So grab your leaves. I pressed mine in paper towel to dry them first, and then arrange them on the page. Try and make sure none of them are touching each other. Make an interesting arrangement. Be sure and have some going off the page. I find everything gravitates to the middle, so this is a good compositional thing for me to try. I wanted to explore one of my new colors, Scarlet Lake, and how it mixes with my cad yellow. So those are the colors that I chose to do. You can try any colors you like. Pick 2 colors, one dark and one light. So the first layer, I used the cad yellow and I painted it on the page. Try and keep yours so that the value is pretty well the same on all of the leaves, but don't worry if it's not perfect. As I was working through the layers, I was learning how best to paint with the paper. You can see that it doesn't accept a wash very well. Once first layer was painted, I let it dry. The second layer then begins with arranging the leaves again on the paper. But this time, you're going to make sure that they overlap some of the leaves that are already there. And again, try and have some of the leaves go off the page. Draw or trace them and paint them with the medium value of your 2 colors mixed together. Worked on this layer, I realized there was a couple of things happening that I was learning. First of all, how the glazing worked with this paper. Again, it was a little bit interesting to do, but glazing over another color and using my mixture of orange over top of the yellow, and so basically mixing colors on the page to see how that worked. And also I was really keeping an eye on the composition, because I was trying to keep a flow of interesting eye movement, but also keeping the eyes on the page. Now that the second layer is finished, it's time to take a look at the third layer. In this layer, I used my Scarlet Lake as dark as I could, so the darkest value. I arranged the leaves again on the page, making sure that they were overlapping some of the other leaves. And I even put a few on the other opposite page. Then it was time to paint again. I really tried to keep this mixture of Scarlet Lake as dark as I could. And in fact, I did have to go back and put another layer on a couple of the leaves once they were dry, as it just wasn't dark enough. When I was done, I stopped and stood it up and took a look at my design. This is always a good thing to do, I find. And ask yourself the questions. What's good? What do you really like? What's very, very interesting? And I certainly did like a couple of the combinations of the overlaps. They were very interesting. Now, collage people may want to add other stuff to this page or use this as a background and put more other things on it, cut it up. They can have lots of fun with us. But for us sketchbookers, I like to add a few leaves to the adjacent pages. And now I have a nice little section that's all decorated to do my own comments. I love this page. The bright colors are just like they are on the leaves on our street. The bright sun made them really glow, and I think I captured that glow here on my book as well. I hope your pictures turned out just as well, and you collagers, I hope you have fun collaging with this material.
Wendy teaches outdoor sketching classes in the summer, and she teaches in her studio and online throughout the year. Wendy produces original work in pencil and in watercolor. She completes commission work, particularly pet portraits, and produces cards and prints from some of her work.